It's day 0 today, and we're getting ready to start some sprouts. There are 3 that I particularly like, so those are the ones we're going to do today. But there are so many different things that you could sprout, and so many of them have tremendous health benefits. Welcome to Grow and Preserve. I'm Carter. I'm thrilled you're here today. Let's get started. The 3 sprouts we're going to start today are red clover, radish. This is particularly the China rose radish, which is my favorite, but use your favorite radish, that's fine. And broccoli sprouts. All right, let's talk about red clover in general, some of the benefits that I found online, and I'm going to link these articles down below. Now, some of these are done as a tincture, some are done as an extract, some are done as a pill, some are done eating the greens. So you take it for what it's worth and decide if it's going to work for you. So it can possibly, I took notes so I didn't miss anything. It can possibly lower your risk of osteoporosis. It may decrease menopause symptoms, particularly hot flashes. Hello. It improves your skin and hair health. It may improve your heart health in postmenopausal women by reducing cholesterol. It may also lower blood pressure and inflammation. It can strengthen the immune system. It's very high in vitamin C and other antioxidants. It helps to balance hormone levels. It can help stop the progression of prostate cancer through apoptosis of prostate cancer cells. That one is very near and dear to my heart, and one of the many reasons I grow red clover. It may help prevent breast cancer as well. It can be used as a detox agent, and that it's slightly diuretic, particularly if you drink the tea. It can help with skin issues and respiratory health. Okay, radish sprouts. Radish sprouts are really different. Most sprouts are very mild. Radish sprouts are very peppery, just kind of like eating the radish, but absolutely delicious. They're very crunchy. I love them in a sandwich, particularly. That's my favorite way to eat them, in a sandwich. In a lettuce roll-up is really how I like them. It's just great crunch. So radish sprouts promote a healthy cardiovascular system. They may be anti-cancer. They have very high levels of vitamin C. They may help with weight loss. That one kind of got my attention too. I don't know how much it may help with weight loss, but it's listed in several of the articles below. It may help produce collagen because of the high levels of vitamin C, which helps the skin produce collagen. And you know, we can all use a little collagen. It may help regulate blood sugar, which is great for our diabetics or anyone who's concerned about insulin sensitivity. And it helps to detox the liver. Okay, now broccoli sprouts. I know this is everybody's favorite, and you've heard many of these things, but it can protect against inflammation. It can prevent cancer and slow the progression of cancer. Now here I'm going to quote WebMD in this article. I'm going to link below as well. It says, in one study, researchers found that just 3 to 5 servings of cruciferous vegetables each week reduced cancer risk by up to 40%. Okay, that sounds pretty good, right? It has been found to be more effective than antibiotics on treating the bacteria that causes stomach ulcers. It can also improve your mental health and your heart health. So those are some of the reasons, and some I didn't even know about, that I use sprouts. Not to mention the fact that they are ridiculously easy to grow. So we are on day 0, and the reason I'm calling it day 0 is because this is really just a pre-soak. It's not absolutely necessary. It will help your sprouting take place a little bit quicker, but you know, whether you call it day 1 or day 0, it's up to you. Whether you soak them for a couple of hours or overnight or not at all, that's up to you too. Just expect that if you don't soak them, it may take an extra day, but that's just fine. Okay, for the smaller seeds that produce smaller sprouts, I like to use 2 tablespoons of seeds in a 1 quart jar. So this is the broccoli. That's 2 tablespoons. The radish seeds and the radish sprouts are a little bigger. So I'm only going to use 1.5 tablespoons so it doesn't get so crowded in there that I have some that don't germinate. So 1.5 tablespoons of the radish. 1. Okay, our clover seeds are also very small, and the sprouts are very small. They're really, I don't know, I keep wanting to say that they're delicious, but they don't have a whole lot of taste, but they just have fantastic crunch and texture. So I love them. So I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of these as well. This whole process is so easy. You don't need any grow lights. You don't really need anything. I'm going to show you the lids that I use, and you don't even really have to have these. You can make your own, some fine mesh screen or some cotton cloth. You just may have to be a little more careful about the sprouts trying to grow through the cloth. But this is a 2-piece lid that I use. This is a regular wide mouth mason jar ring, so I can't get these by themselves, but if I could, I would. So, and it just fits together like that and screws on the top of the jar. This is another option, and this one is a 1-piece section, and this one, I can't turn the jar upside down right now, but you can actually just set it on you want to set it on a tray or a plate or in a bowl or something so that the water can drain out each time you rinse them. But that's also a great one. I'm going to use these today because I have them out. So all we're going to do is let these sit in some water. Just some cold water is just fine. And we're going to let these sit for at least a couple of hours if you can. You know, overnight would be great, but you don't have to wait till overnight. Frankly, I've done them just immediately, and it may take an extra day or so. They're just a little bit slower in sprouting. It's not going to change the quality of them at all. So I'm going to put my lid on. There we go. And just swirl it around a little bit. Technical difficulties on my lids here. All right. So I'll link these lids below, but as I said, if you just want to make something, you know, feel free. You all have plenty of the wide mouth rings. Okay, I'm just going to swish these around a bit, and I'm going to just take a paint marker so that y'all can keep track, and I'm going to write it on here on the front, what kind of sprout this is. This is broccoli. Whoops, doesn't look very neat, but there we go. This is radish. And this is clover. So in the morning, I'm just going to tip these over, pour out the water, and then I'm going to store these upside down. Mine will be kind of at an angle because I have a bowl I put them in. Then I'm just going to cover them in a dish towel, and they're going to sit on my kitchen counter. And every day I'm going to rinse them twice. And I'll show you as we go along, and you can see when they're going to start to sprout so you have an idea of what to look for in yours. So on day 5, they will be done sprouting as far as they need to be. And then we can put them underneath a kitchen light. We can put them in a window. We can put them under a grow light just to help them green up. And then I'll show you how I wash them, because you want to get, or at least I like to get, most of the little seed husk out of there. And there is, to me, kind of a special process to do that. So stay tuned to the end, and we will wash them up and serve them up. And I'll show you each day as the progression goes. Okay, these have been soaking overnight. All I'm going to do is drain them. And then put them upside down in a bowl. You put them on a dish of some kind. They will leak out a little more water. These actually are stuck down in the bottom here, so I'm going to rinse these one more time. Then all we have to do is that. Literally, it's that easy. So tonight I'll come back and I'll rinse them again, and then I will see you tomorrow for day 2, and we'll see how far they've come. It is day 2 on our sprouts, so we're going to take a look at them. We should, and we do, see some little signs of sprouting. Let's see if you can see that. I hope you can on the camera. They all seem to have little tails. Broccoli, just a little bit on the broccoli. I think can see that. And then this is the clover. Now, you can see the little tails on the clover as well. So everything is going well. All I'm going to do is the same thing I did yesterday. I'm going to put some water in here, swish them around, pour the water out, put them back in my bowl, and put the cover back on. I'll do the same thing tonight. And then I'll see you tomorrow for day 3. We're done for this morning. I'll do the same thing tonight, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, it is day 3 today. So let's see how these look. Ah, now you can see the sprouts. Okay, so that is the red clover. Yep. So you can see how they're sprouted. See, they're coming out the edges. So this is what I was mentioning when we talked about just using a cotton cover. They're going to get stuck in there. So, just gonna water them, swish it around, and drain them again. Exact same thing that we do twice a day for the entire 5 days. So, here's the radish. Okay. It's gonna probably double in size by tomorrow. And then the broccoli. All right, so I'm going to keep rinsing these off, put them back in the bin, and then I'll see you tomorrow. All right, this is day 4. Now you can really see that they are becoming sprouts. This is the clover. It's almost filled the jar. This is the broccoli. It's getting there. By tomorrow it'll be almost full. And this is the radish. Again, by tomorrow, it'll be almost full. So I'm just gonna rinse them again today and tonight, and then tomorrow we will give them some light and let them green up. I'll see you tomorrow. It's day 5 for our sprouts. That's the day they're ready. So this morning, I didn't film this morning, but I took a picture of how they looked this morning, and I will put that up. They were yellow and a little anemic looking, but reasonably well filled the jar. So I took them and put them under the light, and they've just, my grow lights were on, so I put them under the grow lights, but I could have put them under the kitchen lights. I could have put, if we'd had any sun at all today, I could have put them in a window, but it was rainy and gloomy all day. So I stuck them under the grow lights, no big deal. So they've been under there for, I think, about 7 hours, so it doesn't need to be that long. 3 or 4 hours is probably just fine. So let me show you what we got. Okay, how about that? Here are the radish sprouts. Aren't they beautiful? That purplish pink color, the green and the white. Gorgeous. And they smell very peppery, very good. These are the clover sprouts. It just makes a ton. Perfect for stuffing a sandwich or a roll up. I just think these are great, nice and crunchy. And these are the broccoli sprouts. So I'm going to do a thorough washing on these just to get the seed hulls off. You know, that's not what I want to eat in my salad or my sandwich. So I'm going to show you exactly what I do. And I can't believe this, but I'm actually going to put you like looking down into my sink. Never thought you'd be there, but there you go. All right, we're going to start with the radish sprouts. So I'm just going to pull these out of here. I have a really big bowl in the sink. So that was, I started off with 1.5 tablespoons of seeds. And look how much that produced. I think we'll actually weigh these when I'm done. All right, cold water. See, make sure that you can see all the seed holes floating on the top. That's what I'm going to start to skim out. There's probably a more graceful way to do this. I don't know, I don't care. Now what I'm going to do is fish them out and then dump the bowl, clean it out, and do this again. You can see we did a pretty good job with the seed holes the first time. There aren't that many floating around anymore. All right, so that's our radish sprouts. I'm gonna let those dry a bit, and then we'll get them on the scale here in a little bit. All right, I'm gonna do the broccoli sprouts next. These are my husband's favorites. So that was 2 tablespoons of seeds, which I think, I'll have to look, I think it's about 1 ounce of seeds. You can see on the inside how they didn't get any sunlight or any light at all today, so they're still a little bit yellow, but that's okay. There's no way they could. There's so many of them. Look at all the seeds that came off. I'll show you how I store these as well. They'll last a good week in the fridge as long as you store them properly. You see all the seeds coming off here? Tiny little seeds too. Tiny seeds and tiny sprouts. All right, let's get some of these off. It's just that easy to pull them off. So somebody commented today or last night, I think it was on one of my posts, about how nice it was to have encouragement to grow. You know what? Everybody can grow food. I cannot keep a houseplant alive. Honest to goodness, I cannot keep a houseplant alive. But you know, call it food, and I'm all over it. So even if you don't think you have a green thumb, you think you have a black thumb, or you know, whatever you want to call it, give growing food a try. It really is, it is easy. You won't succeed at everything. Heaven knows I don't succeed at everything. I'm sure I've told you over the time period here that this summer I planted 4 zucchini plants, and I got exactly 4 zucchinis. So, you know, that's all right. That's all right. I may or may not try again next year. The squash bug kind of defeated me. So we'll see. I understand that Azara, which is an organic pesticide, actually works well for squash bugs. So I may give that a try. Or I may just buy my zucchini from a local farmer. Okay, so I have lots of seeds here. I'm going to dump those out into the bowl. And there's still a few seeds in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do it one more time. You don't technically have to. This is about how you get it from the grocery store. You can see all the little seeds in there. But I like it a little more seed-free. going to do it one more time. Broccoli seeds, some sink to the bottom, some go to the top. So I just kind of grab the greens, and it does pretty well. Last one I'm going to do is the clover. Goodness. Look at that. That's a lot of clover. More yellow on the inside because that hasn't seen the light. All right, lots of seeds coming off. Okay, these are really tiny seeds. Get my broccoli sprouts out of there. See how pretty those are now. Okay, let's get some seeds out. Gosh. These are seed hulls. I shouldn't be calling them seeds, they're seed hulls. So these are the ones that the little sprouts broke out of. And I've never seen radish sprouts anywhere, I don't think. I see broccoli sprouts everywhere. I tend to see alfalfa sprouts everywhere. Bean sprouts, salad mix kind of thing. But so many more choices if you grow them yourself, not to mention how much money you're going to save. We're going to weigh these once they dry a little bit. It wouldn't be fair to weigh them wet, so I will let them dry. And then we'll weigh them, and I'll show you the picture that my husband took at Kroger a couple days ago at my request. All right, okay, looking pretty good, but I'm going to go, you can see some little seeds in here. I'm going to go through them one more time. Okay, still had a good many seeds pop out. Let's just grab them here. I'm going to put some links down below to the places where I buy seeds. There's one called Sprout People that I've never bought from, but I have heard good things about it. I buy mine from either True Leaf Market or Johnny's Seeds, and the prices vary so widely. It's kind of, I'm not really sure why, but shipping charges also vary. So you pick whatever works for you. All right, so those are my clover sprouts. I'm going to spread everything out here. All right, so now I've got you so I can make sure you can see everything. This is the radish. So you can see those beautiful colors in there. I just love those. Nice and peppery. This over here is the broccoli. And then this huge pile is the clover. So those clover seeds are really tiny, so you really do get a lot of sprouts. I could probably reduce that down to 1.5 tablespoons as well. But I have these spread out now, and I'm going to let them dry for probably about an hour, and then I'll weigh them for you, and I'll show you exactly how much I got based on how many seeds I used, and we'll compare that to what you can get in the grocery store. All right, let's see what we have. These have been drying for about an hour, and they're moist, not too dry. You don't want them to dry out too much, or they'll just kind of wither away. But they're not wet. See, just a little bit of moisture on my hands after messing with them. A couple of seeds too. All right, let's weigh the, tear out my paper towel here. And let's do the broccoli. .8 ounces. Can you see that? I think you can see that. All right, 4.8 ounces on the broccoli. Let's do the radish. Okay, 4.9 ounces on the radish. And the clover. Okay, 7.2 ounces. All right, so I do have a picture that my husband took at Kroger a couple days ago, and it actually has clover sprouts in there, and then it has a mix of the clover and broccoli sprouts. And each one of those is 3 ounces and $2.99. So $1 per ounce, so that would be $7.20. That's crazy. The others would be almost $5. So, you know, I'm a huge fan. And these seeds, if you buy them, let me show you the different sizes. So that is a 16-ounce bag, 1 pound. This is an 8-ounce bag, half a pound. And this is, this doesn't say. Interesting. Okay, this one doesn't say. I'll have to look at this one. This one may be a 2.5 pound bag of radishes. I'll try to look that one up. That was from Two Leaf Market. And I have bought several of these bags over the years, but it's been several years, 3 years now, I guess, that I've been doing this. So don't worry, don't hesitate about getting the larger bag. I would also say, let's see, this one, I have a couple bags of broccoli seeds open because I've got some upstairs and some down in the grow room. This one, you can see the germination date where they tested the seeds was in March of 2020. So it's now December of 2022. So don't let anybody tell you that all seeds go bad. That's not true. You know, you could have some problems with onion seeds and maybe some of the melons over the years, but you know, I have seeds from 3, 4, 5 years ago, and I still use them. Germination may be a little less, although obviously on this it was not. But anyway, you can definitely do this. Let me show you how I store them. Let me show you how I used to store them first. I used to just use a baggie, and the most important thing is to put a paper towel in the baggie, and then don't close them all the way. You know, leave a good bit open. These sprouts likes to breathe, you know, like the little packages they come in at the grocery store. So just don't seal them all the way, and that'll be fine. The way I do it now is I use these reusable bags. Let's see what they're called. Debbie Meyer green bags. I'll put a link to them down below if you want. They are, I don't know, they've kind of really surprised me. I used them all summer with produce from the garden, and stuff lasted so long. So I started using them for this, and you know, it's really worked well for me. So let me see. I'm going to put the broccoli sprouts, and I just put them in with paper towel. And that's it. Just fold them over on themselves, and that's how I stick it in the refrigerator. I'll do all of these the same way. this big mound in one of the bigger bags. But this seems to work extremely well, and we'll keep them good for at least a week. You can see in that picture, there was one on clearance for $1.20 that expired, I think the day before he took the picture. I'll have to look at it again. But it's like, you know, who wants to pay $1.20 to eat something that is basically dyed? Because, you know, when they get old, they get slimy and brown, and you don't want to eat them old. You want to eat them fresh. So we will have these probably in a salad today. I have some leftover dinner from last night, so I'll probably make a big salad. My husband will be thrilled. All right, I'm going to do a little math on the fly here, but I think it's important to see what we just did in 5 days of very little work at all. So we had, I think it was 4.7 ounces of the broccoli, so $4.70 worth based on Kroger's pricing. We had 4.8 ounces of the radish. If I'm wrong, I'll correct it on the screen. I can't remember exactly. So $4.80, and you can't even get that at Kroger. In fact, you can't get broccoli sprouts by themselves either. Let's say that's $4.80 and $4.70, $9.50. And then 7.2 ounces of the clover. At $1 an ounce, that's $7.20. So I think we are at, oh good grief, $16.70. Somebody check my math there. $16.70 we just grew. And there are many, many servings in a 1 pound bag of this. So, you know, when you're buying a pound of seed, it's not super inexpensive when you look at it and you think, oh my goodness, compared to a little seed pack. But they're probably, well, I'm guessing there are 16 servings in this. So, and then 8 servings perhaps in one of these. So 8 ounces is probably as small as I would go. The 1 ounce package is a pretty good place to start. So that's what I've got for you. Feel free to ask me any questions. I'll be in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.